Big Scuba, Blue Skidoo, all that, right? So I seen this video that was called When Nickelodeon Was Black. I mean, it kind of got my attention. But I do watch a lot of videos to see what kind of videos I can make because I'm not creative and I just steal videos and I like making videos. So, anyways, well, I never knew Raven dad was in Cousin Skeeter. I never knew that. I really don't even remember Cousin Skeeter. I just remember he's a puppet. Like, I don't remember the show itself. Like I don't remember what it's about. I remember Arnez was in it, even though that ain't his name in the show. But y'all get what I'm saying. But anyways, I love watching videos like this. So I just try to react to them. You know what I'm saying? Just Jordan was a fire show. You know, I used to be trying to watch it online, and you could not find it on them one type of sites. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I ended up finding it. They got the whole season somewhere. I'm probably gonna go binge that, you know, again. But what was y'all favorite black show? You know, let me just throw that out there. But let's get into the video.
Nickelodeon was black. Do y'all remember this era? From the early 90s up until about the mid 2000s, Nickelodeon was actually Nickelodeon. I'm talking about shows with fully black cast members and seeing full-on representation of black culture. Music was highlighted.
Just Jordan was fire, bro. I don't know why they killed
niche cultural references brought up in these shows. It's just so crazy to look back and see how different things are from today.
Actually, they canceled it because it was a writer strike.
We live in an era now where even the sight of a single black person gets the show labeled as woke or that character being labeled a DEI hire. Just take a look at this screenshot. Even though it's a video game, woke or from today. We live in an era now where even the sight of a single black person gets the show labeled as woke or that character being labeled a DEI hire. Just take a look at
a DEI hire. DEI. Diverse type beat. This is like a diverse something. I don't know what that means. Can y'all let me know what that means in the comments? But I'm assuming it means like, oh, we're just hiring them to look like we hire black people. Is what I'm assuming.
This screenshot. Even though it's a video game, this sums up how a lot of people feel about us. They truly don't want to see us in no type of media. Anyway, black Nickelodeon was all by design.
According to the New York Times, a 1989 Nielsen report, the company that does rating, found that blacks spend significantly more time watching television than non-blacks do. Starting in 1990, the networks decided to double down on that black audience. Think ABC with Family Matters, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, and NBC with The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The company that really went all in was Fox, which was founded only a few years earlier. Fox knew in order to be competitive with the big three, they had to dominate this market. So they picked up In Living Color, Martin, Living Single, then the WB would follow. This strategy lasted pretty much until the late 90s. Around that time, networks started seeing success in teen-based dramas. Think One Tree Hill, Gilmore Girls. Coupled with the reality show boom of the early 2000s and competition shows like American Idol, that rating show attracted a multiracial audience. So the networks went in a different direction, which is why we saw a decade-plus gap in the 2000s of little to no black shows.
Okay, this is unrelated, but me being a YouTuber or a little, I'll be having to edit my videos. I love how he put this vertical video, but he put a background so it just wouldn't be black right there, and the white crumbled paper kind of make it stand out. I love that. And I'm sure some other editors know what I'm talking about. I'm still in that. We
saw a decade-plus gap in the 2000s of little to no black shows.
So Nick's strategy was simple. Use black people in the culture to attract a broader audience and then pivot over time. I call it the Post Malone method. Now today we're going to take a look back at some of these classic Nickelodeon shows and take a trip down memory lane. Now disclaimer, I am a 2001 baby, so a lot of these shows I may have fuzzy memory with. Mainly I probably caught these shows while watching reruns, and some I may not have even seen at all. Nonetheless, I still want to highlight these classics, and if you remember any of these shows, man, drop a comment down below. No more talking, let's hop into this video. Now, the first show I want to highlight in this video is All That. Released in 1994 and running all the way up until 2005, this is one of the highest rated Nickelodeon shows back in the 1990s. Now, the cast from season 1 wasn't all black, but it was very diverse. There was great representation, and black people made up the majority. The premise of this show was very simple, though. It was like Saturday Night Live, but for kids. There were fast-paced comedy sketches with recurring characters and catchphrases. Now, the thing that really made this show stand out was the music element and how it highlighted, you know, hip-hop, R&B, which is a huge part of the black culture. The intro song was an absolute classic, sang by the legendary group TLC. Now, towards the end of every episode and all that, there were guest musical performances, and I'll list off just a few that were featured on the show. Aaliyah, Brandy, Ursha, Monica, 112, Destiny Child, The Brat, Nas, Outkast, Busta Rhymes, Ice Cube. I told y'all, man, it was Nickelodeon. Now, the next show I want to talk about is Kenan and Kel. Airing on Nickelodeon from 1996 to 2001, this series starred Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell from their previous show, All That. In this series, there are two best friends that get into all type of crazy adventures in Chicago. Like I stated, I was a 2001 baby, but from the reruns, Kel was always like the crazy one, energetic, sometimes dumb, and then Kenan was more chill and relaxed, but they meshed together perfectly. Just like All That, this show was heavily influenced on hip-hop. The introduction to the show was written and performed by the artist Coolio. And although, man, this show was well received, it even won favorite TV show at the 1998 Kids' Choice Awards. Both Kel and Kenan Thompson are solidified in the culture. They even had some movies together, Good Burger and Good Burger 2. After the show ended, they both had successes with
only two movies they did together. It seemed like they would have did way more. Now I did see Kel. I think Kel is Ed from Good Burger, I believe. He was in this Hood movie one time, but he didn't really talk. He was just a bodyguard, just standing back there. What was the movie called? Dope Boys? This is like a Tubi movie, but this back in the 2000s. That joke was garbage.
Kel, not as much as Kenan. He has some rough parts, but overall, I love these brothers. Next up, we have Cousin Skeeter. To be honest with y'all, I never watched this show, but after looking at the cast, like, I have to bring this show up. It was loaded. You got Robert Richards, Bill Bellamy, Megan Good, Rodney Sheridan. All of these people we went on to see have, you know, great or successful acting careers. Running from 1998 to 2001, this is a live-action sitcom blending traditional teen comedy with puppetry. What makes this show different, though, and I've seen a lot of people talk about, was how it represented a different type of black people, the black middle class. In this series, you would see stable family dynamics and teen social life that was rooted in community. In this show, it centers around Bobby Walker, whose life is disrupted by the arrival of his cousin Skeeter. But despite him being a puppet, he was a part of the family, y'all. He was still a real nigga. And to add the cherry on top, this show once again showed love to the culture. The theme song for Cousin Skeeter was performed by R&B group 702, and it's a whole vibe. Next up,
oh, I never knew that. And I only know, well, I guess I know 2 songs by them now, or 3. And the song I know by them is I Still Love You. Ooh, things that come myself. I gotta play it real quick. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on. Let me see. I gotta play it. I never knew it was that big. This is the only song I really know about them. I'm just skip through it. Feel me? But yeah, my bad. But yeah, that's one song I know about by them, and I know Pharrell was on there, and I know they got a song with Pusha T. I forget what it's called, but it's in my playlist. And that's cool though. I love learning facts like that. That's why I like watching videos like this.
We got Romeo. Airing from 2003 all the way to 2006, Romeo is a teen sitcom centered around Romeo Miller, son of Percy Miller, aka Master P, and he is also in this show as well. In this series, we see a confident and musically gifted middle schooler navigating friendship, school, and family life. This is another show that I'm not that too familiar with. I do know much about Romeo though, man. I know in the 2000s, him and Bow Wow had that whole little beef going on. I was young, but I was still tapped in. I probably would have leaned more with Bow Wow though, bro. I don't know.
I mean, Bow Wow was in
show, just like all the others, were heavily influenced by hip hop. Romeo at that time was a rapper, so the show was just a mixture of his real life and, you know, added on things. Now this next show, I vividly remember it. Okay, Just Jordan, airing from 2007 to just 2008. This is one of the shortest shows on this list. This series follows Jordan James Lewis, a teenager who moves from Arkansas to LA with his mom and sister after his parents divorced. In the new city of LA, Jordan tries to fit in at school, deal with family dynamics, and navigate friendships and some crushes. Before we dive in,
the funniest episode is when they was crumping. Like, do anybody remember that? Anybody that watched this, do y'all remember the episode when they was crumping, man? That joke was so funny. His granddad walked out there like, why y'all out here fighting? You fight the girl, I think. He like, nah, dad, we just crumping or whatever. And then, you know, I think his mom and all of them joined like a team so they could go against some people or whatever. But that
to more of the story, I want to talk about my boy Jordan first. Better known as Lil JJ, my boy was already clouded before this TV show. Now, Lil JJ first came into the spotlight when he won BET's Comedy Talent Search, named Coming to the Stage.
Now I'm gonna cry again, and I want y'all to say, what's wrong, JJ? All right, y'all got that? Kelly took my girlfriend.
This was the catalyst to his career, and after this, we started seeing him in a lot of notable films. He played as the character Willie in the movie Barbershop, Up in the movie Crossover, and a cast member on Nickelodeon's All That in its 10th season. Now, on Just Jordan, many of the plots center around his friends. Tony is a friend that I vividly remember. He was a Asian American. Throughout the show, we see them do all types of crazy things, learning how to play karate, giving church performances, and even cosplaying as thugs to pull some.
That episode was funny too.
Another one of his friends in the show is a girl named playing as thugs to pull some girls, bro. Just dumb shit. Another one of his friends in the show is a girl named Tangy. She's also his cousin. Played by Raven Goodwin, we all notably know her from her Disney Channel show where she plays Ivy in Good Luck Charlie. But in Just Jordan, she basically acts the same way. Outspoken, very smart, and she has like this love-hate relationship with Jordan. The thing I don't like about her character though is how they have her chasing around Tony. She just makes jokes all the time trying to get towards him, and he never even pay her any mind. What you will notice is that a lot of these shows love to do that to people that society deems unattractive, okay? Tangy is a dark-skinned, bigger girl that maybe the cast members thought wasn't as attractive for Tony to even talk to. Y'all,
I never looked at it like that. He didn't want to mess with her because she was, you know, ugly. But I'm not going to just put that on because she's black either. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of shows that did that to other girls. They could have been white. I can't think of one. I can't think of one off the top of my head. But shit, Corey, on That's So Raven like Chelsea. So it ain't like, you know, well, damn, he was kind of fat too. Hold on. Stay woke though. Stay woke.
I know I gotta get deep. That's just my thoughts. Now, another thing I want to bring up is the dynamic between Jordan's sister, Monica, aka Momo, and his grandfather. I love it. He spoils her and has a very hard time telling her no. From having tea parties together, playing chess, their bond is unbreakable. Unfortunately, in the show, we don't see Jordan's father, so it's great to see that the grandfather is like, you know, the father presence. I wouldn't say that this show feeds into stereotypes at all because they tell you that the father was divorced. It wasn't like he was never in the picture. Jordan's mom in the show, though, she is very overprotective. Everything she does is just purely out of love and trying to protect Jordan. Nothing that is crazy. She isn't stereotypical. She's not sassy. She drops gems all the time, and at first she may seem like she doesn't understand you or she goes against what Jordan wants to do, but eventually she gives in and understands his point of view. I vividly remember this one episode where Jordan, like, he snuck and got a grill. His mom told him to get rid of it, and then it ends up getting stuck and it made his breath stink. The storyline was very familiar to things I've seen in my real life. My older brother, I remember growing up, man, he used to do a lot of dumb stuff. He reminded me of Jordan, but I remember distinctly like he snuck and got a grill one day and he didn't tell my parents. They didn't get too mad, but it was like, so I can literally just see my real life into that show, man. I can relate to it. Anyways, the show was amazing to me. I hate the fact that it was so short. It only had 29 episodes. This is all for a reason though. Because of the 2007-2008 writer's strike.
I see, I know what I'm talking about. I looked this up probably, I don't know, I'm gonna say in high school, 10 plus years ago probably. I'm like, damn, they had a writer's strike, which I don't know what that means, but I guess we about to find out. 9 episodes. This is all for a reason though. Because of the 2007-2008 writer's strike, Just Jordan got cut. They were actually in the middle of producing and filming season 3 when the show ended up getting cut. Now this is what the studio says, but Jordan, the actual actor, had this to say in real life. In a Facebook post, Jordan stated the following: Just Jordan got canceled. I ain't giving up no ass. With everything that was happening behind the scenes at Nick with Dan Schneider and all this other stuff, it's hard not to believe this. Jordan ended up having a great life anyway. He went to college, still starred in some films here and now, and just by taking a look at his social media, he's living a happy and healthy life. What you will notice is that he's really big now, and just by taking a look at his social media, like that, you just never know who's gonna go bald. And he has so much hair. That just scared me. That just scared me. Yeah, he's living a happy and healthy life. He ended up, what you will notice is that these really big, you know, child stars, once they get older, they've lost their minds, strung out on drugs. So I'm very happy that my boy was able to get out and, you know, be the bright person that we remember him as. Now, the final show I want to add to this list is True Jackson VP. I know a bunch of my Gen Zs remember this one now. This isn't necessarily a black show, but the lead is a black woman and the cast is very diverse. Airing from 2008 to 2011, this series follows True Jackson, played by Keke Palmer, a confident and creative 15-year-old girl from Brooklyn who unexpectedly becomes the vice president of youth apparel at a major fashion company called Mad Style. Now, this show is a little fuzzy in my mind. I watched it and I'm very aware of it, but for some reason, I just can't remember a lot of the episodes. But with this show, you can truly see the direction that Nick was going. The cast wasn't as black as it was used to be. White people were becoming the majority. And this was because Nick numbers were now up. They didn't need black people anymore. So True Jackson VP was the last black show of my era that I can vividly remember.
That's it for this video, man. I hope you
That
guys
was cool,
enjoyed.
man.
Let me know some shows that I missed. Like I said,
I'ma
I
check out
am
some
a
more of his
2001 baby. I actually envy a lot of you early 90s babies. Whether y'all know it or not, y'all grew up in the golden era. The representation from TV
we
shows, the
don't know
video
that.
games, it was crazy
We
just
don't know
looking
that.
back. Like I stated, man, in 2026, people act like we...
And another thing, he said video games. So I was talking to my mans, and I've played a lot of old games. So like Sega games, whether it's Earthworm Jim, Toe Jam, and Earl. If you know what that is, subscribe to me. I'm gonna put my gaming channel in the over where the subscribe button is. Y'all gonna see it. But like those games were fun. They was hard as heck for sure. But one of my gamer friends, Pred, he had said one day like, I really started playing games late. I think he started playing like around when maybe Black Ops 2 came out or something like that. And he was like, I mean, we got God of War, we got this, like, and, you know, you would see a game like, I can't think of nothing. I don't want to say like a Mario game. I'm just saying Toe Jam and Earl, you know, it's only 3 buttons, or Streets of Rage 2, for example, like it's only 2 buttons. And, you know, the graphics ain't the craziest like a Metal Gear Solid or something. He was like, did I really miss out on the golden era games? Like I'm playing, you know, Titanfall or Ghost of Tsushima or something, or you know, I don't know. I just wanted to say that.
Some foreign entity when we're seeing on the screen, dog. It's just shocking when you take a look back and see how things used to be, man. But no more talking. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all want to see something similar to this, go check out black representation in TV shows.
No, that video was cool for sure. But hopefully y'all enjoyed that, man. I love videos like that. That was cool as hell. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of want to probably get into something like that. I'm about to just try a lot of different stuff since, you know, I ain't got no clout yet, and I might as well just do whatever, you feel me? But if y'all enjoyed that, like the video. If y'all enjoyed me, subscribe. Drop a comment. If y'all know what any of them old Sega games is, I said. If y'all play any video games, let me know. Or what's your favorite show that had black people in it? Who your favorite black character from Nickelodeon?